Hare Krishna everyone, we are continuing to read The Science of Self-Realization, the book by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Chapter 8, Attaining Perfection, and starting the section entitled Knowing the Purpose of Life. Introduction. Every thoughtful man, every thoughtful human being asks the fundamental question, what is the purpose of life? Unfortunately, our difficulty in finding ultimate meaning is compounded by the fact that thousands of conflicting philosophies, religions, and ideologies and their proponents compete for our loyalty. Here, Srila Prabhupada provides some simple and enlightening guidance. So, today's subject matter is our relationship with God. That is self-realization. The Sankirtana movement is the easiest process for self-realization because it cleanses the heart. Our misunderstanding of our identity is due to the dust covering the mirror of the mind. In a mirror that is covered with dust, one cannot see himself. But if it is very clear, then one can see himself. So meditation is a process for cleansing the heart. Meditation means to try to understand one's relationship with the Supreme. With everything with which we come in contact, there is a relationship. Because I am now sitting on this cushion, the relationship is that I shall sit and the cushion will hold me. You have relationships. You are Englishmen or Indians, so there is a relationship with your society, with your family, with your friends. So what is our relationship with God? If you ask everyone, very few people will be able to explain their relationship with God. They say, what is God? God is dead. I don't believe in God, not to speak of a relationship. Because these dirty things are covering the hearts, their hearts, they cannot see. We have a relationship with everything. Why do we not try to understand our relationship with God? Is that very intelligent? No. That is ignorance. All the creatures in this material world are covered by the three modes of material nature. Therefore, they cannot see God. They cannot understand God, nor do they try to understand God. But God is there. In England, in the morning, there is mist, so you cannot see the sun behind the fog. But does this mean that there is no sun? You cannot see it because your eyes are covered. But if you send a telegram to another part of the world, they will say, yes, the sun is there. We can see it. It is very dazzling, full of light. So when you deny the existence of God, or you cannot ascertain your relationship with God, that means that you are lacking in knowledge. It is not that there is no God. We are lacking. The sun is not covered. The sun cannot be covered. The fog or the cloud or the mist does not have the power to cover the sun. How big the sun is! It is so many times bigger than this earth. And the clouds can cover at most 10 or 20 or 100 miles. So how can the clouds cover the sun? No. The clouds cannot cover the sun. They cover your eyes. When an enemy comes and the rabbit cannot defend himself, the rabbit closes his eyes and thinks, "My enemy is now gone." Similarly, we are covered by the external energy of God and are thinking, God is dead. The Lord has 3 kinds of energies. In the Vishnu Purana, there are descriptions of the energy of the Supreme Lord. And in the Vedas also, in the Upanishads, there are descriptions of the energies of the Supreme Lord. Parasya Shaktir Vividhaiva Shruyate, Shvetashvatara Upanishad 6.8. Shakti means energy. The Lord has multi-energies. The Vedas say, God has nothing to do. We have to work because we have no other means to exist. We have to eat, we wish to enjoy this, that, but why should God work? God does not have to work. Then how can we say that God created this universe? Is that not work? No. Then how did it happen? His multifarious energies are so strong that they are acting naturally and are full of knowledge. We can see how a flower blooms and grows and systematically displays multicolors. One side has a little spot, another side a little spot, white on one side, more white on the other side. The butterfly also exhibits such artistic symmetry. So this is all being painted, but in such a perfect way and so swiftly that we cannot see how. We cannot understand how it is being done, but it is being done by the energy of the Lord. It is due to a lack of knowledge that people say that God is dead, that there is no God, and that we have no relationship with God. These thoughts have been compared to the thoughts of a man haunted by a ghost. Just as a haunted man speaks all nonsense, when we become covered by the illusory energy of God, we say that God is dead. But that is not a fact. Therefore, we need this chanting process to cleanse our heart. Take to this simple process of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. In that way, in your family life, in your club, in your home, on the road, everywhere, chant Hare Krishna. And this darkness covering your heart, covering your real position, will be removed. Then you will understand your real constitutional position. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Marjanam means cleanse and Darpanam means mirror. The heart is a mirror. It is like a camera. Just as a camera takes all kinds of pictures of days and nights, so also our heart takes pictures and keeps them in an unconscious state. Psychologists know this. The heart takes so many pictures, and therefore it becomes covered. We do not know when it has begun, but it is a fact that because there is material contact, our real identity is covered. Therefore, Cheto Darpanamarjanam, one has to cleanse his heart. There are different processes to cleanse the heart. The jnana process, the yoga process, the meditation process, pious activities. Karma also cleanses the heart. If one acts very piously, his heart will gradually become cleansed. But although these processes are recommended for cleansing the heart, in this age they are all difficult. To follow the path of philosophical knowledge, one must become a very learned scholar. One must read so many books. One must go to learned professors and scholars and speculate. One must search out a person who has seen the light. So these are all philosophical processes. Meditation is also a recommended process. One should question, what am I? Just consider, am I this body? No. Am I this finger? No, this is my finger. If you contemplate your leg, you will see, oh, this is my leg. Similarly, you will find everything to be mine. And where is that I? Everything is mine, but where is that I? When one is searching for that I, that is meditation. Real meditation means concentrating all the senses in that way. But that meditation process is very difficult. One must control the senses. The senses are dragging one outward, and one has to bring them inward for introspection. Therefore, there are 8 processes in the yoga system. The first is controlling the senses by regulative principles. Then, sitting postures that will help to concentrate the mind. If one sits leaning over, that will not help. If one sits up straight, that will help. Then controlling the breathing, then meditation, then samadhi. But today they are very, very difficult processes. No one can immediately perform them. The so-called yoga processes are fragmental. Only the sitting postures and a few breathing exercises are practiced. But that cannot bring one to the perfectional stage. The actual yoga process, although a recommended Vedic process, is very difficult in this age. Similarly, one can try to get knowledge by the speculative philosophical process. This is Brahman, this is not Brahman, so what is Brahman? What is spirit soul? Such empiric philosophical discussion is also recommended, but it is useless in this age. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but also the Vedic literature, says, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama eva kevalam, kalau nastyeva, nastyeva, nastyeva gatiranyatha. Chaitanya Charitamrita ID 17.29. Kalau means in this age. Nastyeva, 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 3 times, Nastyeva. Eva means certainly, and Nasti means not. Certainly not, certainly not, certainly not. What is that certainly not? One cannot realize oneself by karma. That is the first, certainly not. One cannot realize oneself by jnana. That is the second, certainly not. One cannot realize oneself by yoga. Certainly not. Kalau. Kalau means in this age. Kalau nastyeva, nastyeva, nastyeva gatir anyatha. In this age one certainly cannot achieve success by any of these 3 methods. Then what is recommended process? Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama iva kevalam. Simply chant the Hare Krishna mantra. Kevalam means only. Simply chant Hare Krishna. It is the easiest and most sublime process. This is recommended, practical, and authorized. So take it. Accepted in any condition of life. Chant. There is no expenditure, there is no loss. We are not chanting a secret. No. It is open. And by chanting, you will cleanse your heart. Jai. We shall continue reading tomorrow. We shall stop here for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. The link to this book is in the description. Please check out our website shravanamdiaries.com, and we shall see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.